Definitely, you've met me already. I'm Cynthia. I'm delighted to be here for our company, HudsonAnalytix, and for the conference. But whenever Carlene is in the room, I know that I will be working for Carlene shortly. So I am doing a little bit of that today and talking about the work of NAMEPA. NAMEPA was founded in 2007 on the idea, the inspiration of HELMEPA, because it's the right thing to do. And we're going to talk a little bit about that just for a minute. Back in 2007, Carlene Leiden-Walker, who you met, and Clay Maitland, an attorney in the United States with shipping background and connections, decided to use the idea of HELMEPA to form a North American Marine Environmental Protection Association. And it's important. It started with 33 members only. And now, only a few years later, 12 years later, there are 200 companies that are members of NAMEPA. I think that that is very impressive. It includes associations, companies, academies, universities, and even conservation groups and students, and of course mariners. The United States Coast Guard is a close partner with NAMEPA, and I'd add that the young people are coming into this process because we have 19 student chapters. And this is a way to expose our younger generation to the need to protect our seas. NAMEPA has had the opportunity to have, let's call it, have children. So Bermuda expressed an interest, and now suddenly there is BERMEPA. The Caribbean area realizes that its resources are fully important for its continued trade, particularly with cruise ships and its beautiful beaches for tourism. Now there is a CARIB-MEPA that has been formed. There are educational materials that NAMEPA likes to provide, and they're very good, they're very highly used in the classrooms, and they have been put into many different languages and have reached more than 6 million people in 21 countries. Organizations like the Girl Scouts and the Sea Scouts now work on projects that involve preservation of the marine environment, even in their international jamboree this July. Then there are other organizations that partner. There is a partnership between AMVER, which really recognizes the heroism and courage of saving lives at sea. And that, NAMEPA has hosted that event in Washington, D.C. for a number of years. But, so what? That's what I like to ask in our own organization. Well, the so what factor is the message. There's a message for industry. And the message for industry perhaps is slightly different than the message for the general public. The message for industry really includes sustainability. Our oceans are a resource that we cannot replace, just like Admiral Allen was talking about. If we don't figure out what sustainability means and how to enforce that and reinforce that with our young people, we don't have much to offer in 30, 40, 50 years. We may have more water, though, as you pointed out. We have to invest in training, and we have to maintain that level of training at a higher level in order to move it forward. We have a social license to operate. That means that society tells us as shipping people, yes, you're allowed to bring your vessels in here. Yes, you're allowed to operate. You can see the difference right now, for example, with the LNG and LPG market, where it was really a matter of concern and in the very beginning, perhaps unwelcome for a number of reasons. Now, what are we doing? We have LNG and LPG everywhere. It's a primary element of our trade. But that's because society started to understand, yes, it's possible. If they should decide against us, we don't have very far to go in any of the work that we do. The environment is important to society, and we need to look after it and protect it. We also want to support our industry with the diversity and inclusion. We want to include our communities. Protecting the seas are one way to do that. What do we want to tell the public, however? The public is a very, very sort of a fickle entity, right? Today they're focused here, tomorrow there, but our message has to remain consistent and it has to be clear. we have to make sure that they understand that 90% of our goods are carried by sea. So industry needs to partner with our communities through an organization like NAMEPA, which understands both, in order to say, we're here and we care about our oceans. We have to recognize that shipping is really the engine of global trade. There's no global trade, really, without the shipping industry. We know that, but does the public know it? We've got to make sure they understand it. And lastly, the maritime industry is a place where jobs can be found. And that is in Greece, certainly, and it's maybe more recognized in Greece. But in the United States, we don't have that profile. So it's our job to explain. We need to make sure that you understand that your young people can come to the maritime industry for a really viable and exciting career. I really want to thank you for your attention. I'm so thrilled to be a part of NAMEPA. I'm so thrilled to have the association with HELMEPA as well. I hope that what we've said in this message can be supported and continued by our industry for years to come. Thank you.